Are you guys ready? Okay. All right. All right, we'll call the meeting of the Western Regional Water Commission to order. And I believe the first item on our list is roll call, if you would do the honors.
Clara Andriola,
Present.
Christopher Dare,
In the house.
Susan Sever,
I am here.
Paul Anderson,
Here.
Naomi Durr,
Here.
Mary Luz Garcia, Jenny Breckes, Alexis Hill, Donald Abbott.
Here.
Oh, wow, good. Welcome, Donald. You're not showing on our screen, so you're the mystery guest here. And then we're going to do, well, welcome. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance next, and I'm wondering, Chris, if you could do the honors.
Would you all stand with me, the millions of people that are here? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Great.
Naomi?
Yes.
I need to read a statement.
Yeah, please do. You mean before public comment?
Yes.
Okay, please do.
Okay, the public may sign up to speak during the public comment period or on a specific agenda item in person by completing a public comment information request to speak card and submitting it to the clerk, or virtually by raising the virtual hand icon in the Zoom platform, or if attending by phone, dialing *9 to notify the clerk. Dialing *9 on the phone will both raise a virtual hand and lower it. Okay. You can join the meeting via telephone only by dialing 1-719-359-4580, entering the meeting ID and pressing pound.
And then do we need to, and maybe you did, do we need to read, we do this, read the access for the Zoom? The access?
We don't need to read the access to the Zoom, but we can. We
Well,
should also read the meeting ID.
Yeah, so if you can do that, that'd be good.
Okay. The access to this.
Yeah, at the
You
very
can
top
join
of the
meeting
agenda.
by typing zoom.us into your computer browser, clicking join on the Zoom website and entering this meeting ID, 840-7605-9942. This option will require a computer with audio and video capabilities.
And then could you just read the address here, the HTTPS thing?
Yes, HTTPS //us06 web.zoom.us /J84076059942.
And there was a backslash right before that number.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
J /84076059942.
Okay, great. Appreciate that. And then our next item is our public comment. And Madam Clerk, do we have any public
We
comment?
have none.
We don't. Okay. Well, we'll close out. And then let me ask on the Zoom, I don't know if anyone did have a chance to join, if there's any public comment on Zoom. If you could raise your hand, the raise hand button's at the bottom.
None.
Okay. All right. So the next item, we're going on to item 4, which is approval of the agenda, and I'm looking for a motion.
Second.
All right. Motion by Member Andriola, second by Member Dare. Any comments on the agenda? All right. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Motion passes unanimously. And then we're moving on to item 5, which is approval of the minutes from the November 1st, 2023 concurrent meeting of the Western Regional Water Commission and the Northern Nevada Water Planning Commission. And again, I'm looking for a motion. And do I need to take public comment on this because it's for possible action? Okay. Sorry. So I'm looking for any public comment on the minutes, either in the room or on Zoom. Okay, seeing none. Could I get a motion, please?
Move to approve.
And a second? I'll second. All right. Well, I have a motion from, what am I saying? Member Anderson, and a second from Member Andriola. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right. Motion passes unanimously. And we're on to item 6, which is presentation on the Western Regional Water Commission and Northern Nevada Water Planning Commission website update We got Birgit here. And Johnny.
Great, thank you so much. Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners. My name is Birgit Whittegren, Water Management Planner for the record. The Western Regional Water Commission and the Northern Nevada Water Planning Commission host separate websites, which have not been updated for many years. Staff has teamed with the Truckee Meadows Regional Planning Agency under our shared work program agreement to develop a modernized website to host both commissions. The updated website is intended to be user-friendly for the commissioners, agency staff, and the public as well. The website will showcase the regional water management goals of the commissions, as well as the various facilities. I do want to note that as of today, we are doing a demo. Not all of the facilities are going to be demonstrated, but they will be with the final website. The website will have all upcoming meeting agendas and packets posted, a data archive of all important documents from the past, as well as linked to all of our past meeting recordings. The website will also become an educational platform for important projects such as the A+ Advanced Purified Water Treatment with One Water Nevada, emerging issues such as PFAS, and events such as Sierra Nevada Journey STEM Science Nights. That part of the website has not been developed and is under development, so you're aware. And finally, the website will be utilized for public outreach as we update the regional plan once again. As a side note, I think I mentioned the website is not live yet and is currently in demonstration mode. And I'd like to introduce Chani Souza, Regional Planner 2 with TMRPA, who has graciously and superbly helped us build this website, who will now demonstrate the features.
All right,
Chani?
well, thank you. It couldn't be more timely. I did spend quite a bit of time on our website recently, and it was challenging. It was a little challenging. And also there were a lot of errors, like it wouldn't download on mobile device. So it worked fine on a PC, but mobile device, not so much. Like even just agendas and minutes and stuff, it would.
Correct.
You've run into this?
Yes, it really was not set up for mobile devices.
Okay, well, that explains it. Well, welcome, Tani. We know you well, many of us from regional planning. So I already know you have a fantastic website at regional planning, so probably couldn't have picked a better partner.
Well, thank you. Shani Sousa, Team RP for the record. I also go by Cho, and as you all know, I am a regional planner, but I also do graphics, I do website development, some of our outreach, so I was really excited to work on this. We have a long history of working with WRWC, but it's about our second year, I want to say, of our formalized work shared program. And so when we got the opportunity to do this, I was looking forward to it. So I'm going to briefly take you through each page and kind of, pages that will interest you, I'm sure, the meeting pages, packets. And then we'll talk about a little bit of the next steps as far as I'm concerned. All right, and bear with me, it might kind of take a little bit to load. It's still not kind of development phase. So here we have a really great video. This was provided by, I believe, Tumwa, and we have some other graphics and photos that were provided by other partner agencies as well. So that really adds something to the site, of course. And throughout the
Joe,
site, we
could
have...
is there a chance
Yeah.
that you could pull the mic closer, or?
Yeah.
I know that's hard from where you're standing.
It is,
but
maybe we can, how's
move
that?
it to the other side, maybe?
Maybe.
It moves, it's,
Absolutely.
yeah.
How's that,
That's
better?
perfect. That's
Okay.
perfect.
All right, so let's see. So we're going to start right here. We have the mission is kind of throughout the site to really hammer home what we're trying to do here at WRWC and NNWPC. And right at the get-go, you have your meeting materials and meeting page. We'll get to that in just a moment, but we wanted to make sure that that was at the forefront for not just you guys, but the public as well. Once again, getting through the message in the different facilities. This kind of shuffles through in a carousel fashion. You scroll down, and immediately we wanted to highlight the RWMP, and this takes you to another page. We have a single page that's dedicated to that as well. And I know this goes a little fast, but don't worry, you'll get to review it and read it as well. And then next, just a little tab here to make sure that you can get to the events that they're going to host or partner agencies will host as well. And finally, this footer to show, some contact information and the mission as well. Next, we'll go to the About Us page. As I said, it might take a little bit to load here, but once it does, it's pretty cool. All right, and here you can dive into the history a little more of the WRWC and the NNWPC. Once again, the mission, and then a little bit about each staff member. And you can also go to your guys' page. So follow through over there. Oh, we'll go here. It might be, there we go. All right, and so each of you have your photo here. And then we'll move over to our meetings tab. And here you can find meeting materials for both of the different boards as well as the advanced schedule. So once those are approved, I believe they get approved today, you can go and link over there. Then for the meetings pages, this is going to list all of the past and present upcoming meetings. So here you guys will be accessing this page quite frequently. And this will take you over to Box, which is the storage system that we also installed and implemented with the development of the website. And this really helps to link all of those materials. There are so many that they really needed a big system to hold everything. So that should make everything easily accessible for you guys. Next, we'll go over to resources and plans. I believe we plan on adding to this page, other relevant plans, but for now we have the RWMP. And you can also go over to the dedicated page for the RWMP and dive in a little further. And we have the executive summary here, or the actual plan. And if you scroll down, you can go through the facilities within the Truckee Meadows. And once again, I know Birgit said we may add some more to this page as well. Next, we have the events and schedules page, which I kind of referenced earlier, was on that bottom front page. Here, the meetings are also listed. This does not contemplate, the potential meetings that might come up, but this is the for sure meetings that you'll be having this year, as well as other agency events, or if they host any great events, and we'll be there as well. Or if you want to come to ours, I can't help but let you know. All right, and finally, our Contact Us page. So you already had it kind of at the footer, just that general information, but this takes it a little further. We provide that phone number, and we also give you that staff directory, so if you want to reach out to any individual member of the staff. So as I said, we have a couple things that we're going to make sure all the links work, make sure it's mobile friendly. That's going to be kind of one of the last steps. After everything's done, that's when you dive into the other formats. We might add up some of the other in educational pages. So we have a couple little things to do, but I anticipate that within the next week or so, we'll be done on this end, and then we'll be pushing it to live. And we're using WordPress and the Pantheon platform. And so we should be pretty close. And so for your next meeting, you should be set. So thank you guys so much.
All right, well, that was a great tour. I have one comment, really brief.
Yeah.
Other than it's amazing. I mean, having spent some time, I actually know what a difference this is. But a small suggestion.
Absolutely.
Where you go to the staff members, if you could put both their phone and email on there.
Sure.
A lot of people, it's always great to have two ways to get something.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so I often go to board members on pages, and there's no way to that's I'm right there. I just want to contact them.
Yeah.
And you might want to check for us as well.
Yes, I think that was part of what we were going to ask you, was if you guys would like your contact information on that page as well.
Well, I mean, we all have, at a minimum, city or county desk phones, but we also have cell phones. I mean, it's up to each member, whatever they want.
Sure.
But anyway, I think it'd be great, especially for the staff. That was
Okay.
my first thought.
Sure.
But let me open it up for everyone. Yeah.
Just want to say it looks beautiful. I mean, I really enjoy it in comparison to what is currently out there. So thank you. On the educational side, what are your thoughts on what that would entail? How deep and how much would you end up putting on there?
I know, I'm going to refer to you, but I do know that, it might be throughout the site, and it could also be hosted on its own tab. So depending on the amount of information, that might be something that kind of builds up over time. Maybe at first it's just a little segment, but then, as they get more pieces, we might say, we need a whole page for this, but I'll defer as well. Kim.
Yeah, Kim Rickton for the record, program manager. So we've discussed this with the One Water Nevada communication team, and what we want to avoid is duplication of educational materials out there with the other agencies, and we want to focus on a very high-level, broad educational piece that shows that we're not only advanced purified water, but we're watershed and source water protection, and we are flood management. And this is a broad, the regional water management plan topics are what we do as an agency. And so what we're doing is working with the Tumwa outreach team and getting some of the agency partners together to figure out, what do you guys want on your web pages? We don't want to duplicate efforts, and how can we summarize what we do at a high level across water planning topics?
I think that's excellent. That's actually what I was hoping you were going to do. And so if I'm interested in water and I land on this page, what you're foreseeing is on the educational portion of it, if it's something that pertains to One Water Nevada or Tumwa, that there'd be a link there that I could then follow to get to that other information?
That's correct.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
exactly what we want to do. We want to send people to the appropriate agencies for the information that they house, and then have them come to us for the high level. You know, if I want to learn about flood management, I can go to the WRWC webpage, and there's a link there and some information to Flood Management Authority, but we're not going to provide the education for that group. So we want to be really careful not to step on toes and make sure we kind of stay in our lane, but give that broad overview.
Well, plus utilize the expertise that is already out there.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think it's wonderful. I think that'd be a great tool to add to it.
Chris?
Thank you. I think mine on a similar vein is the idea, the networking showing that. But I also think on the other end of making sure that Tumwa has this web link that says this is where this can go. Because I know a lot of people want to know about snowpack or water. And so, how much water do we have or don't have? And it'd be great to have a place that, it might just be under resources or whatever, but obviously it takes them to a Tumwa page that answers that question, or again, any of the answers that you guys think is necessary. But I think that's great. That networking, I think it's real powerful to show that we all work together as well, so you're not bouncing around finding different answers anyway. So thank you. Good job.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah. Alexis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms.
Hill.
Sosa, this is
Formal here.
awesome. I really am impressed, and you're making what we do look very cool. We all think it's cool, but I don't think the community quite understands the impact that this board and the planning that this board is doing to ensure that we have the appropriate resources. And so I think this will be a great way to educate the community when we're out and about and people are always worried about water. We can tell them, what WRWC is and the purpose, and they can come to a website and be like, oh, okay, this is very impressive. So thank you so much. I think that this provides some legitimacy to what we're doing and shows that we're being responsive and wanting to be outward facing as a board. So great work. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anyone?
I guess my only comment is the fact that it's so dynamic. I mean, we're moved to that part on the internet where everybody wants things moving and shaking and rocking and rolling, right? And that's the first thing that caught my eye. It's very nice.
Good. Thank you.
And anyone? Yes, Ms. Andriola?
I have a full disclosure. I'm not sure I can necessarily compare what's already in existence, but it's super cool. It's really cool, and I like the simplicity of it. I like the fact that everything it touches actually highlights this amazing community that we live in. But I actually was going to offer what's already been said in terms of sometimes clicking on the about, you see exactly the person you need, and then you got to go somewhere else. So I appreciate the chair's comment and that suggestion. But I wonder if there's an opportunity to also look at engagement. And I wonder if there's an opportunity to look at FAQs, because I think that to speak to the education part, some either misinformation or misunderstanding, I think it's a forward way to actually help in that process so that you are really trying to achieve, again, the clarification needed to not only what this body is responsible for as an agency, but some of the possible misconceptions that might be out there. So I wonder if there's an opportunity for a FAQ. And I'm also thinking in terms of engagement, if there is an opportunity, contact us is great. There's always a contact us opportunity on a site. But sometimes looking through the URL and trying to figure out where something is, it might be an opportunity to, as this progresses, to look at suggestions, a suggestion page that then can be extrapolated depending on what you're wanting to achieve on the front end since you've built it. So those are my two suggestions to consider.
Great
But it's great. Thanks for your hard work. And yeah, you definitely get some type of atta-girl big time if you're holding down a couple positions and then have this talent. So thanks for your gifts.
Thank you, absolutely.
Well, awesome input from our board. I'm so glad you brought that up, Ms. Andriola, because that was going to be my comment about the frequently asked questions. I think that the simple stuff, if this is where they land, they don't even know the word Tumwa, maybe they just moved to our community and they Googled water, and this is where they came. Those links, as Mr. Anderson said, over to other agencies, and then frequently asked questions, it could be, how much does it rain in Reno?
Sure.
Sparks, Washoe County. We actually have an entire water network. It could link over to that agency. We could have the simple answer, for more information, go, XYZ place. I think the frequently asked questions would be really great. The other thing is just something to consider. Since we give a lot of grants, it seems to be one of our main purposes these days, we may want a list of grants that we've awarded, and it links to their page that talks about the grant. So it might be a snapshot of what it's about, the amount of money that was awarded, and then the project manager maybe, and then links over for information about this, C, X, Y.
Really good feedback.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone
Yeah,
else
that's really
want
helpful.
to have additional comments or something else? Okay. Well, it's a phenomenal job. We love what you've done, team. The partnership is great, and yeah, it's 100%. If there's more than 100%, it's 100, and it's 500% better.
I'll do it.
It's really good.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah. All right. It looks like it's for possible, well, it was just for information, so we got the information. Okay. Well, we'll close that item out. We'll move on to item 7, Program Manager Updates with Kim Rigdon.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the Commission. Thank you, Cho. I just wanted to say thank you to Cho before she leaves. She did do a fantastic job, and we are so excited to be working with her. I just wanted to make sure we transition to the item slide for the program manager's update. Perfect. I have a bunch of cool pictures up here that I want to share with you this morning. Last Thursday, we took the Northern Nevada Board of Health leadership and some leadership from the Nevada Division of Environmental Protection to tour the Pure Water Monterey site. And although we all bared treacherous roads that morning going in, the weather was absolutely gorgeous in Monterey. So it was a wonderful day to tour the facilities. The presentations were fantastic. It was a great way for us to bring some of the leadership from the health department and NDEP together prior to meeting with them later this month, I think next week, to look for support for the projects that we're doing. So Tumwa is going to be addressing the board next week and looking for a letter of support to satisfy our permit requirements for the American Flat project. So I just wanted to share the pictures, and there were a couple of our commissioners. I know Commissioner Member Dare was there, and Member Garcia was there. She's not here today to comment, but maybe they can give a little feedback on that field
Go
trip.
for it, Mr. Dare.
Thank you. It was really great. It was a part of it, a request I made even on the health side, because just information's an amazing thing, and there's a lot of little moving parts that can sometimes be speed bumps or walls, depending if they don't get handled right. And our team, I'll tell you, the health board team, even talked to them afterwards, they were so appreciative. They felt like they were greatly respected, in a sense, just to be taught of what's happening. And then even hanging out with the state, I think that was very beneficial, just because they got to, I don't know, I think sometimes we're so siloed in what we do, making decisions. When we're all together, who knows what all the different things that are going to come along and the conversations that have to be had. But it does help. So the more you can do things like this, especially on big items like this, I think it's great. But thank you. You did a great job. It really was a seamless trip. It was very nice.
Thank you very much. It was seamless because we have a wonderful One Water Nevada communication team that really leads the charge on making those arrangements for us. We don't have enough staff to do that, but Mark Milan does a fantastic job knowing the partners, knowing the people, the managers at the facility to give the presentations that they give. So we really appreciate his efforts.
Well, I'll add that much of our board here had the opportunity to go on that trip. So we know exactly what you saw, what you experienced. Questions, so you drove Because the weather? Is that?
No, we flew into San Francisco, and then
But
it was a 2-hour drive to Monterey. But once, it was the night or the morning after that big storm, and some folks were calling me in the morning saying, I got 10 inches of snow, I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. But everybody made it, and we were able to get off the ground okay and on time, and our schedule ran perfectly.
Oh, wow.
So we were very happy about that.
Well, and it's really brilliant, Kim, getting these two teams together. They have to sign off. So what better? I would have had a million questions if I was one of them and had never seen this and experienced it, that it's operational and how it's been operational for a while, correct, over at Monterey?
Yes.
so
Forever.
they-
I think it was 2015 that they became, no, it was during COVID. I apologize. It was 2020, 2021.
When they
When they
started?
became operational.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, so they have 3-4 years now, heading to
Yes.
4 years of operational experience. Some of the other ones we saw were in operation quite a bit longer.
Yes, like the Orange County
Right.
system. And yes.
Okay. So do you feel positive? I mean,
I feel really positive. I think, it was an opportunity for us to really talk to some of the folks at the Division of Environmental Protection. We had the bureau chiefs from the Safe Drinking Water and Water Pollution Control Bureaus who are going to be developing and reviewing the permit. And they were very interested in seeing the facility. This is new for a lot of them as well. And so it was great to have them on board to see the successful implementation of recycled water and purified water processes.
Right.
So that was I think it was a great success as far as getting together and networking and understanding the processes and being able to communicate more about the project.
okay, perfect. All right, next, I know you have more to share.
I do. So next slide. So I just wanted to remind the group, we have a couple members that have signed up for the Water Reuse Symposium in March, and this is going to be great. They actually, knowing that elected officials were interested in participating, came up with a specific track for communication on water reuse applications and talking to your stakeholders and understanding how to speak about the rate adjustments that may occur moving forward. They are providing basic water reuse 101. What is water reuse? What is water recycling for those that are interested in having a foundation in what water recycling is. They're also, so the planning and collaboration is the track that we're hoping to get our members that are going to be attending on that track. And that's really about how are we communicating about advanced purified water and recycled water and water reuse. There'll be a bunch of technical sessions. I'm not sure the members are going to be too interested in those. Those get really technical, so we'll keep those on a, need-to-know basis. But one of the great things that they're offering is these field trips. They've offered 3 field trips to additional facilities. One is at the Denver Water Facility, and with this, I wanted to say the California State University Spurs Hydro Building is a learning center, much like what we saw in Orange County when we took the Orange County trip. I think it's more focused on what the students are doing at the university for lab testing and those sorts of things when it comes to recycled water. I didn't schedule us for that particular trip because the communication and collaboration track was the same days as that, and I didn't want to miss out on that. But the Wednesday, we'll be doing a morning and afternoon tour, one of Aurora Biney's water treatment plant and Castle Rock. And the nice thing about the Aurora plant is it's going to have similar treatment processes as what we're proposing for the American Flat Project. We talked about we're not doing the membrane technology that we're showing you in some of the California facilities. We're doing biological activated carbon and other treatment processes similar, but more of a filtration process because we don't have the brine disposal capabilities and that sort of technology. So we're excited to show you a little bit more similar technology that we're going to be implementing here in our community.
I've got a question. So the dates of that, you said 11th to the 14th, I think. Are the field trips, when are they?
They are on the 13th.
All of them?
So that Wednesday.
Okay, and then what's on the 11th and 12th?
The 11th and the 12th are the basic
The regular
technical session tracks and communication tracks.
The reason I'm asking, I'm not sure about everyone. Our council meeting is the 13th on that Wednesday, but I don't know, and usually we're stacked up, like Sparks would be the 11th and County would be the 12th. Is that true?
I had wanted to go to this,
Yeah.
and I had to tell Ms. Rigdon I could not attend
this.
because of the county board. I have another board meeting on Wednesday, and so, but I do feel like I have a great grasp from those 2 tours we took. So I would say if folks can make it work even for like a day and get in the tours, it's worth your time because I learned a lot. I don't think I quite understood how long this technology had been in place, how many communities have been doing this, and so I do strongly encourage folks to try to make it happen. I'm so glad Commissioner Garcia could go on that health district tour because she couldn't go last year. So that's what I recommend for sure.
And what I may try to do is just come that weekend and then go the 11th and 12th, but come home the 12th for my council meeting. But anyone else are thinking of going?
I just had to say, I cannot go because we actually have National League of Cities conference every year at the same time. So
Oh, yeah.
that's one of our conference. Yeah.
Actually scheduled to be there, so I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, wow, great. What about you, Claire?
I would love to go to every single one of the days.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not in the spirit of interest as we're all hearing in terms of schedule. So I hate to do this, but can I get back with you and try and see if there's a way to juggle a few things?
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
you.
and these things come, there'll be another water reuse conference, probably next year or 2 years from now. I have gone on very few trips in my entire 10 years on city council, very few. I just really started with the ones, and then I did one other. I mean, maybe in 10 years, I've gone 3 places. So it's, travel isn't really, we're so busy with our schedules. It really is challenging. On the other boards that we serve on, as well as our origination board. Okay, I'm sure you have more.
I have one more.
Okay.
So it's good to know. It's nice to know that there's value in these field trips, and I realize that the multi-day conferences are very difficult with people's schedules, but we still want to continue offering like the single-day trips to some of the facilities for those who didn't get to attend last year. Jen, can we advance the slide? Thank you. So I spoke with Mark Milan over at Data Instincts, and he recently had surgery and will be out for 6 weeks. So we have some time. We were going to try to schedule additional day visits to the Orange County Water Replenishment District, as well as the Albert Robles Learning Center. And many of you went on those last year. We tried to incorporate the San Diego facility, but the San Diego facility hasn't finished construction yet, and they're not ready to take visitors. So once they are, we'll try to schedule a trip down there. But what we'd like to do is we have 2 dates where those facilities have opportunities for us to come and listen to them speak and get tours of their facilities, and that was April 4th and May 10th. We may do one or both depending on interest and how many people can participate in those. So for those of the members of the commission that weren't able to attend last winter, we hope that we can get everybody at least to one of these one-day trips. They're going to be one-day trips, fly down and back, and see the facilities and come home.
Yeah.
For convenience. So I wanted to throw those dates out at you. Put them on your calendar if you haven't been able to see these facilities. These facilities are amazing. And as Commissioner Hill stated, the Orange County Water District facility has been in operation for over a decade and has been using this technology for the area of Anaheim. If you've gone to Disneyland, you've drank their water, and it's amazing. The learning facility is amazing. It doesn't just touch on recycled water, it touches on a lot of water topics, which is where we have interest in that and how we can expand on that from looking at it from a regional water planning perspective and not just on the recycled water topics. So those are both wonderful facilities, and if the members are interested, I'm also going to work with the Northern Nevada Water Planning Commission directors so that they can give me an idea of what staff need to be there from the various agencies and open it up for more staff to attend.
Well, it was great to have staff come on our tour, I thought, because it gave us some informal time with them, as well as members of the Northern Nevada Water Planning Commission, I think, came with us, a couple. Maybe they have overlapping job duties. But anyway, it was a great, as Commissioner Dare said, he mentioned collaboration and being able to, with the NDEP and the health district. I mean, that's a very valuable component of these trips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Thank you. And that's really all I have for,
Okay.
oh, wait. Yes, that's all I have for the program manager's updates, just
Okay,
site
cool.
visits and.
All right, well, we'll close that out and move on to item 8, which is looking at potential agenda items as well as dates for the commission meetings. Do you want to go over, let's just start with the dates, maybe?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Kim Rigdon for the record. So I put a calendar up on the screen that we will also email. I didn't get it out to you beforehand, but all of these calendar dates should be in your Outlook invite. And all of them are scheduled for 8:30 in the morning, depending on the agenda and what it looks like. And Member Dare will get back with you on your calendar. The meetings could start at 9, so I wanted to make sure that, we have that flexibility. It depends on how many agenda items we have.
Since it's pretty hard to read, could you just go over each of those with us?
I will. So in January, I'll go over the highlights, the milestones, the actually scheduled meetings. So I have meetings that have to be determined, TBD, after them. Those are on your calendar as placeholders, but they're not confirmed, and they may be subject to cancel depending on whether we have enough on the agenda to hold a meeting. So the January meeting obviously is today. Our next meeting should be scheduled March, and that's for the tentative budget approval.
And what's the date, though? I'm just asking.
Oh, gosh.
21st.
Wednesday, March 20th.
20th?
I think it's the 21st.
No. Wednesday, February, that's a, yeah. So the February 21st is a to be determined. That's a placeholder. So I put a
Let's
start.
just go over them all. So February 21st is a maybe, TBD.
Yes. Wednesday, March 20th.
Okay.
And that'll be for our tentative budget approval.
Okay.
Wednesday, April 17th. And that'll be a placeholder meeting.
TBD, okay.
Wednesday, May 15th is another placeholder meeting.
Okay.
Thursday, May 23rd, and we have two potential May meetings. Thursday, May 23rd is our budget hearing meeting. That's only a 30-minute meeting because we hold that in conjunction with TUMWA and the Flood Management Authority to approve budgets. And then Thursday, June 20th, and just as a little quick note, normally our meetings are on Wednesdays. There were a bunch of meetings that we had conflict with using the Sparks Chambers or availability of location, so we changed them to align with TUMWA's schedule.
Good.
So Thursday, June 20th, we always hold this meeting as kind of an end of the fiscal year, give you all of our project updates and presentations so that we have an end of the year fiscal picture of where our projects are.
Okay.
Wednesday, August 21st is another placeholder meeting. We will not have a meeting in July. Wednesday, September 18th will be another placeholder to be determined
I'm
meeting.
sorry, what was that one?
Wednesday, September 18th.
September 18th. Is a placeholder, you said?
That's another placeholder. Wednesday, October 16th is our financial audit and financial review. And then Wednesday, November 6th will be our joint meeting with the Water Planning Commission so that we can discuss fiscal year 26 priorities.
Okay.
November 6th?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, November 6th. What did I say?
Yeah, you said that. It's just
I
not on our
apologize.
calendars. Don't apologize. It's just November 6th is not on our calendars yet.
November 6th is not on the calendar yet?
No.
Okay, we'll get that over
Okay.
to you. We'll make sure that's extended.
All right, so we have coming up 1, 2, really 3, 4 for sure meetings, and the rest are TBDs.
1, 2, 3, 4. We should have 5.
1,
for sure
2,
meetings.
3.
There should be 6 for sure meetings a year, including January.
Oh, I wasn't counting today, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 more.
Yeah, 5 more.
Okay, all right. So, all right, so thoughts on these dates or challenges or any questions, comments? Okay, well, it looks like those are tentatively good. Do we need to vote on that? Do you?
No.
Well, it says for possible action, but do we have to take action?
Unless there's some sort of negative.
No. So I think those look good. Everybody seems fine. Obviously putting it together with TUMWA is very, very helpful. So the next question is, what about some specific agenda items? Did you have things in mind?
Yes. So currently, for the March meeting, we will have a presentation by Cara Steelen on the Middle Truckee River Watershed Forest Partnership. I believe she gave that to the TUMWA board. We wanted to bring it to the Water Planning Commission and the Western Regional Water Commission as well. So she'll be giving that presentation in March. Other projects that are currently under development, I don't have a schedule for yet, so I can't name which date that they'll be on.
No, that's fine.
Our North Valley's community outreach activities. We also have the PFAS scope of work that we'll be bringing forward to the board. That'll need a budget approval and an understanding of what we're doing moving forward. Another thing that we're starting this spring is putting together a schedule for the Regional Water Management Plan update. And I'm very excited about this. I'll bring the schedule forward to the board. But one of the things I'm really excited about is the completion of our website, because we're going to utilize that website as a way to do polls with the community, to do a lot of outreach with the community on what we do, what our plan means to the community, how they can provide public comment and input to that process, have some activities. I know, Member Dewar, you've mentioned in the past that you really like that extensive public outreach.
Sure.
So we're going to make an effort to hold numerous public outreach meetings, find out what we need to find out from the community on updating the plan. And utilize the website. We're planning a major overhaul of the plan. The plan currently is it's about a 2-inch thick, 3-ring binder document. And what we'd like to do is create some maps and online tools and digitize as much of that plan as possible to make it easier for our partners to have access to the data that we're sharing in that plan, to make sure that the plan doesn't have, sometimes when you publish a plan, as soon as you publish it, that data is out of date. So we want to find other opportunities to have more up-to-date data that we reference rather than we include in the plan. So the most current data is the data that we're using in decision-making. So we're going to it's going to take us a little while, but we're going to really look to having some mapping tools and educational tools incorporated into the process and memorialize a lot of the history and context of the planning document and bring it more current to, okay, here's the history and the context, but what are we looking at moving forward? What are the projects that are needed? What is the focus of our region when it comes to water planning topics? So I'm excited to do that. That will probably be a focus of a lot of meetings moving forward. That's why I want the placeholder meetings on there if we need time to meet and discuss those things.
Good to know. Hey, one thought on the public input. So we're working on updating, well, we don't even have today, regulations around the short-term rentals and ADUs at City Reno. And they've been, I know, exciting times. They started off having some meetings, a lot of meetings on some other topics. They're having very poor attendance. They went ahead and had, they just reported this earlier this week, so it's fresh. They went and had some virtual meetings. They had hundreds come, over 100 on each meeting, whereas they had maybe 3, 5 people showing up. They were having a lot of meetings, spreading them around the community, and very few people are coming. And then they did the virtuals, and over 100 for each meeting. So there is interest in the topic, but in today's world, we have shifted. Post-COVID, people are looking for that, especially the public, looking for that convenience to quickly participate in a meeting in the evening and still feed the family or do the evening activities, that kind of thing, without having to drive all over town. Saves time, saves gas, et cetera. So just a thought that you may want to start doing that. I know during COVID, I had virtual meetings on individual projects, development projects that were coming up, and I had tremendous attendance. And even when it was piloting, we did some right after COVID started in March, we did in April, we had tremendous attendance, and more than I would ever get at even a NAB meeting or a town hall. I called it a town hall, virtual town hall. So just some thoughts. I think people are shifting a bit. Not to say we should never have a in-person meeting, probably one at least, but these virtuals really gaining some popularity. So other thoughts on the agenda items and what Kim has presented from anyone? No? Okay. Well, it sounds good. So I'm curious, when do you expect the water planning process to start and finish?
For the update to the plan, the regional plan? As soon as we get the website completed, we're really focused on that.
All right, well, this month, let's say.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'll have a schedule together.
Or February, I'm sorry.
Yeah, February, March timeframe. So hopefully I'll be able to bring something to you in March.
But is this a 2-year planning process or
yes.
one? Okay.
Yes, especially since we're doing an overhaul to the plan and we're going to be creating digital tools. We're going to probably have some agreements, professional services agreements that are going to be needed to help us with that.
Okay. So these TBD meetings this year, would be more like getting the support team in place to help develop the plan?
Yes, and different subcommittees to work together on the different, planning topics.
But you think that it would be complete, do you think like January of 2026 is kind of timeframe? I just wondered when you're,
Well, we're required to review and update every 5 years, and the last one was completed in 2021. So we have to have a completed update by 2026.
okay,
So-
that's what I was wondering. Okay, very good. All right, any further comments? Looks like we're all good. So we'll close out item 8. I didn't hear any more agenda items from anyone. And I wanted to thank you for acting on the PFAS agenda item that I asked for. I think you're getting a lot of good response. It's very timely. So we'll close that out, and we'll go to 9, which is election of our board member, our executive board chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer. And I just wanted to propose something. I had a chance to talk with my vice chair here, Paul, and I'm sorry I missed you, Clara. You're our secretary treasurer. But my proposal was that, I know you know, but I'm just for the audience, all of our audience. We only had an opportunity to be a little executive team for 3 meetings, and this is our 4th. And so my proposal was to have us serve this next year as a possible, see what people think about that, to keep your same team, since we sort of started midterm. I don't know if people are comfortable with that idea or like to propose something else.
I'm very supportive of that.
Okay.
And so am I. I think you're a great team, and so looking forward to supporting that.
Okay. Anyone? Same as well. Yeah, you're good. Okay. I wanted to confirm that you were willing to stay on. That's what. I remember when we did this election last time, a lot of people took one step back, but thank you for stepping up. So I'm looking for a motion then.
So moved.
Okay, to keep the same team.
Third.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll then fill out one full year, and we'll get the water plan kicked off and be ready to hand it over to the
And
next.
Madam Chair, just for a quick comment, we don't have it in our bylaws to, what is it called, rotate?
No.
But I think as a practice after this year, we should follow what Tom was doing and other boards and rotate.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Totally fine. We were just getting our feet under us, figuring it out.
I think that's great.
Okay. Okay, and then we do have elections at a different time. This is January by statute. We learned that last time. And Tama's in June, and other groups are other times. So it's, yeah, okay, sounds good. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Did you want to take public?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, thank you. Is there public comment on the proposal? Okay, we have none. So let me just recap. We had a motion by,
I made the motion,
okay,
Madam Chair.
thank you, Member Hill. And the second was Member Anderson, Andriola. Okay, thank you, just for the record. Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Don. Motion passes unanimously. So we're going to move on to our final public comment. Okay. And any commission comments to wrap up this meeting? And staff comments?
No staff comments.
Okay, and then we are adjourned. I know.
I can brew if y'all want.